Hey, so I saw the channel called Heart Breathing do this thing called a notebook challenge where each month you are supposed to show which journals you'll be using. And I'm a journal addict. I have loads and loads of journals for all kinds of different purposes. And well, I mean, it's fun to talk about. So the journals I have been using lately and that I plan on using this coming month are, of course, my bullet journal. So this is like my, this is where everything I need in my daily life happens. It's the Electron bullet journal. I love this one. I've had it a few different times now. So, November, it's just a bullet journal with the different, the monthly setup, and then the different weeks, and I do to-do lists more or less. And I haven't set up December yet. It's going to come here. I should probably... I'm planning on buying some nice washi tape. But maybe I haven't bought it yet and it's not going to arrive in time, I think. Maybe going for this color. So yeah, I need to choose the themes and how I want to do it. I've had some different styles going on, but I think I'm back to this more collage-y style. Maybe one washi tape. Don't know if I want to go for red for Christmas color or if I want to go for blue for winter colors, or we'll see. So yeah, that's my bullet journal. And then I have this daily masterpiece. So this is a line a day notebook. I'm not that good at keeping up, but basically you're supposed for each day you're supposed to write like 2023 and then you return each year. And I do have some skipped ones, but that's fine. I'll just fill it up. Like, it probably won't take me 5 years to fill this up. It might take me 10 years. It's all right. It's still fun. So I do plan to be more like, use this more is the goal, I think, for this coming month. Next up we have all my writing projects. So first up we have these two journals. So this one is related to my current work in progress. So it's a urban fantasy novel. And I am about 11,000 words in now. I plan to write a bit more for NaNoWriMo. And I do have an outline and got some feedback on that as well. And it's going to take me a while to get it finished because I don't work on it. I can't work on it every day. Right now, I just don't have the energy for that or the consistency. But yeah, so this is where all my... if I do any drafting by hand, it ends up here. I've decorated in advance, just put in some like interest because I find I work better when it's a bit more like that. But yeah, so I have all the notes, some feedback notes, some outlining going on, how it might, or I guess the process is different for everyone, but for me it looks like this. Yeah, all kinds of research going into this, and I also have a campfire project, and I write in Y-Writer, so yeah. But so this one is definitely going to get used. I like to draft when I'm sitting on the bus, so that's when I pick out either this one or my fanfiction journal. So this one is almost finished now. I think I have like I have a few pages here at the end that are still blank. but it's not that many. It's like something like this. So yeah, and yeah, I am going to try to focus more on my original work and less on fanfiction. But you know, it's fanfiction is, it's rewarding to write because you get an engaged audience that's already invested into whatever you're writing, and you get like fast comments and fast feedback, and you know, all the likes and so on. So it's really rewarding in that way. It's like a fun, if you need a confidence boost. So I'm not going to abandon fanfiction, but I am going to try to focus more on my original work because it needs more work. So yeah, so that's those two drafting journals, and then we have this one. This is my writing journal, but it's more like when it comes to planning. So this is supposed to be both for like this is a fanfiction project, for example, but then this is my urban fantasy, and here in September I'm supposed to send it to alpha readers. Yeah, I wonder if I want to edit it first or something. We'll see. But yeah, and here is my word count, tracker, and then we have a few like ideas and motivate me list, some challenges that I want to try. Here I'm gathering all the publishing advice because it's not like relevant for me right now, but given in a few years I would probably want to query my urban fantasy, and so I'm kind of just keeping track of all the things I pick up on the way. When the time comes, I'm planning to return to this page and check what's written here, compare it to new data and so on, or new things I learn. So here's the brain dump. We have some notes about structure. Here I'm tracking my sprints. Apparently I'm quite slow, so like in 15 minutes I write about 300 words. And on my bus, that's about an hour's ride. I usually manage about 500. So 500 by hand. And then yeah, here's more. Here's also resources. I probably need more space for this, but like the different videos or webcasts or so on that I want to check out later when the time comes to actually look into it. And yeah, I thought this is a really big journal and it's really thick, and I'm not. It's different from a lot of my other ones. Also, you see the grid spacing is really small compared to a lot of the other ones I have. And but I do like it, I think. Yeah. But I was thinking of like buying more of the same style. There's one really pretty one with a moon. I don't remember what the... Nuna is the notebook line. I remember there's a few different ones, and there's one with a pretty moon. So I've been eyeing that one. Not that I need more notebooks, mind, but I've been eyeing it anyway. But yeah, so this one is definitely, or probably going, it's not going to get that much use, but I do hope to fill in, a few more in my tracker. Maybe tick off the December goal. So I'm in the middle of writing a multi-chapter fic, and I've been taking a break from it, but it's not because I'm stuck or anything like that. It's just that I've been, more because of NaNoWriMo and everything going on with the original writing community right now. I've been dragged into my original work more. So the fic is a bit on the wayside, but I did plan, like when I wrote this down, the plan was to finish it in December, so that then in the new year I could focus without feeling like I had to finish this multi-chapter fic. But I think that, switching between them is probably a good thing. especially as I said, having like the instant gratification of posting a new chapter is probably a good thing to have, to switch between the more dreary work of drafting the original one. It's not really, or I mean, yes, it's quite. It's a bit of a quest to finish a first draft. I like editing more, I hope. I have written some amateur screenplays before, but that's you still have more people to talk to. It's quite lonely writing a novel. But I've recruited a few friends that I can that are updated, so I can talk to them a bit about my brainchild. But we'll see. But yeah, so this one is going to get a bit use. Next up, when it comes to writing, so the final one that has to do with writing. So I found in my old years now, I was never really that much online as a teenager. So that's something that's, come recently into my life, I guess. But I found the writing community on Tumblr. And they have something called, or a popular thing going on there is the Flash Friction Friday, which is that each Friday there's a prompt and you have 24 hours to write something short based on that prompt. And for me, what's been working is poetry, apparently. Question mark. So yeah, so I've been writing modern poetry based on those prompts and posting them. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, I have now 2 drafts that I didn't manage to finish in 24 hours that I obviously didn't post then. And I don't know if I want to post them at all or if I want to finish them or not. But anyway, either way, this is my Flash Fiction Friday drafting notebook. And, there's the different prompts, like I write the prompt and then I do some brainstorming. And it usually takes a while before I end up in something that is all right. And then here, at least, I also wrote it down cleanly, but I haven't done that for everything. So yeah, that's hopefully going to get more work as well. It's fun to take a prompt and then do some quick poetry writing. I think it's like good brain exercise, and also poetry is really different from, of course, novel writing. There's not, I don't know, you have to be more careful with the words you choose, and the rhythm is important and stuff. And I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not saying that everything I'm writing here is good, but I'm having fun. And that's my main goal when it comes to these hobbies I have. So that one is also going to get some use, hopefully. Right, then we're finally at my coloring journal. I've been coloring not that much, but I still do a bit, and in this coloring journal I keep track of that so that I can then easily do a catch-up video. So here are the coloring books that I need to film the colored pages for August, September, October. There's a few pictures now. I think I can do a video on that. I had so much plans. I have a lot of different videos that I want to film, but they are not, I don't know. My filming mojo has gone down a bit as well. But no, actually no, it's not my mojo. It's that I honestly haven't had the time. First I had a business trip, and then I had vacation with my, I wasn't in Sweden, and then I, changed groups at work, and I had a lot to do with that, and now then there's NaNoWriMo, and then there's the This week I've dedicated to playing the violin because I accidentally said yes to being experimented on by practicing conductors. So yeah, so I had to learn the song that they were going to, you know, practice tempos and stuff on us. Yeah, so I've had a lot. October, November has been just smock full. But yeah. Still, coloring journal. Definitely still keeping up with this one. And then we have... I'm going to try to do with this notebook challenge or this journaling challenge or whatever it was called, to choose one of my art journals each month and to focus on getting it, or, you know, have a goal to do one page in that one this month. And I have a few different ones, like sketch notebooks and watercolor notebooks and, you know, all different kinds of stuff. But the one for this month I hope is going to be my little collage journal. So yeah, it's I think I'm about halfway done here. This is just... it's just gluing stuff down. It's nothing really. But again, it's fun. Fun to do and listening to stuff and to use my collage pieces. So they don't just end up lying in a box and doing nothing. So yeah, that's that one for this month. And then we have... okay, so... another thing that's fallen to the wayside and I'm feeling really guilty about. But, you know... I don't know. I hope... I don't know. That's just how I am, I guess. I go full in and then I have periods of drought and then I go full in again and then I have periods of drought. And it's something that's always been that way. So yeah. But this is my pen pals notebook. So here I keep track on whose turn it is to write letters, and right now I am supposed to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of my pen pals are waiting for me, and that's bad because I think I have like 5 pen pals. So yeah. And also I have, you know, I have some starts, but I haven't finished writing this letter yet. And now this is outdated, so I don't know what to do with that, and feeling a bit bad. Here's one of the letters that I need to answer to. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. I love receiving pen pal letters, and I do love making them as well. It's just that recently I have been, I don't know, I've been a bit bad. But yeah, so here I'm going to, you know, fill in one of these squares to like track that I've answered at least one letter. So that's been my goal since August, but let's, you know, hope that it happens in November then. What am I saying? In December. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, December. Yeah, anyway. Then we have my writing journal. And I currently am reading a lot of audiobooks, or actually I'm reading one audiobook, you know, but it's I am finally coming around to reading A Little Hatred. Joe Abercrombie is one of my absolute favorite authors, and yeah, this new trilogy that's a continuation of his old trilogy is just it's I love his writing so much. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible world that I love everything in. It's grimdark, so yeah, and it's really wonderful characters in bad ways. I recently finished the 5th season, and the Obelisk Gate and the Stone Sky. Oh my god, so good. Yeah, really good. So yeah, but yeah, no, hopefully I'll go to fill in at least a little hatred here or wherever there's space for that, and then continue on with the second and third part. Maybe take a bit of a break in between and do some I don't know, lighter reading. I also need to, for my urban fantasy book, like my original work, I need to prepare or read, more in that genre so that I can compare my book to it in querying. And I've started to do like a Goodreads list of the different options that I think could be similar. Basically, I've been looking on Reddit for people looking for recommendations for stuff that I think are going to be in my novel. And again, this is far in the future, but not that far, probably about 3 years in the future. But I don't want to end up at the end when I'm done with my book and want to start querying with having to read like 20 books or something and feeling like I don't know enough about the genre. So yeah. So if you have any book suggestions for I think like post-cyberpunk, fairies or parallel universes and magic, so urban fantasy stuff, but in a post-cyberpunk society, and found family, murder mystery, probably a slow burn romance. So that's the recommendations that I'm currently looking into, or the tropes that I'm currently looking into reading more about to see if there's anything matching or that I can, compare to. So this is different from, looking for inspiration. It's just looking at what's in that genre so that to see more or less where on the bookshelf my book would fit between which books, sort of. But yeah. Still, anyway, reading journal, definitely, hopefully going to be used. And then lastly, we have a boring journal. So this is the one where I keep track of, what's that even called in English? I don't know if there's a good translation. But here in Sweden we have this, I've never heard this word, but apparently it's called a condominium board. So it's like, let's see, cooperative apartment. Yeah, okay. So I live in a cooperative apartment, apparently. I own the apartment and everything, but there's like a board from the people living in the same building who make the financial decisions for the actual building, I guess, apartment block. Here's my notebook for that, at least. I'm not going to show you inside, but yeah, that's a boring notebook that's going to be used once a month where we have the meetings. And yeah, I think that's going to be that. I have a lot of different journals as well that I'm currently glancing at. And, I always want to use like my actual journal more, like my introspective journal more. And I have my brainstorming journal and morning pages and, a lot of other that I think would be good for me to use, for mentally working on stuff and things. But I'm also going to be realistic and not, promise too much. And if I end up using those, that's fine. That's just a bonus. But okay, so we have my actual bullet journal. We have my daily line a day notebook. We have my coloring notebook. These writing journals of different types. So fanfiction, Flash Fiction Friday, and my original project. And then we have one art journal, one for pen pals, and one work related, I guess let's call it, and one reading journal. And if I end up finally, hopefully, finishing my fanfiction journal. I have already set up the next one, which is going to be this one, and it's already has, you know, stuff in it. Also, I like doing these snapshots. Like if you, I don't know, I like doing them. I just spread them out somewhere in my book every now and then in my journal, and it's more or less just keeping track of my own favorite fic that I've posted right in that moment. So I write the date, the fic I've last bookmarked, what I'm currently working on, and just a check-in of my fanfiction writing. I guess I think it's going to be fun to read when time moves on. So yeah. That's my lineup for this month. There's a lot of them, of course, but and I might use more of them, and I might not use some of them, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's that for this. See you in the next one.